Hello, it's me. And today I wanted to try out the BMW X5M for B-class road racing. And this will probably be usable in street racing as well. Um, the tune will, of course, be in the description. And yeah, I'll read out this share code right now as well. 134636355. Here it is, right here. Here's the share code. Keep in mind that at least for B class racing, there's barely anybody that does it, so commentary will be a lot more dull. But I still hope this is an enjoyable watch. I'll see y'all when the race starts. Here we are, and as I said earlier, it's just the fact that no one's gonna be doing B class racing. Everyone's in A class, so there's only a Honda B here. And on top of that, because there's barely anybody here, and all the drivers here are kind of mid, this may not be a very accurate representation of this car's skill. I mean, of course, multiplayer is always gonna be like that, but even more so in B class racing. So yeah, to tell you a bit about the car. This is of course 2009, I believe, X5M, right? 2011, and this thing stock has a V8 in it, but the tune I'm running has the, I believe, M5 V10. It pushes, it's tuned to push around 870 horsepower, weighs 2,500 kilos, which is about 5,500 pounds. And, yep, this thing is heavy. It understeers as well, but this car is just, this is not a bad car. Even with all those things, it's not a bad car at all. Yeah, looks like this Honda Beat's going to stay ahead for the rest of the race. Don't expect anything interesting going on for the rest of the 2 laps, or well, the rest of this lap. I think he slowed down, yeah. Well, hopefully he doesn't leave or anything. I still want some competition here. Here we are. It's me and the Honda Beat again. This is gonna play it the same as last time. I'm sorry, I wish I could get some good gameplay, but nobody ever races B class. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? And here the Honda Beat is gonna catch me. I'm actually outpacing the Beat here. It won't be for long though, considering this track has we're entering the, the twistier part of the track. Yeah, the Honda Beat could just power through these turns. Oh shoot, okay. Yeah, that Honda Beat is just so stupid. No wonder it's meta. You can do everything flat out. It's you know, the best car, or you know, it's the best, you know, power to weight with grip, if you get what I'm trying to say. I'm pretty sure it handles better than like the Integras. And due to the fact that it's so lightweight, you can't really beat it in the corners and short after the corners. So even in things like this, he's still gonna pull away because it just has better acceleration and stuff like that. I tried doing this earlier, but I ran into some issues with some audio glitches. This is really annoying. I don't know what is causing these audio glitches, but I had a bunch of audio glitches earlier. He's probably gonna slow down by the finish again. No, he isn't. Okay. But yeah, you could see here the Honda Beat just outperforms the X5. Honda Beat outperforms pretty much anything that on these tracks with a lot of corners. But yeah, there's just nothing I can do against the Civic. I mean, sorry, the Beat. Well, we're on our third race here. Hey, there's somebody. Oh, it's a Honda Z. Yeah, the Honda Z is the newest car pass car at the time of making this video, and it is actually very, very good. Because it is lightweight, and especially in A class, you can put you could get like 700, almost 800 horsepower out of it. Only issue is when you do put it that much power into it, it just does not turn at all. You have to completely stop accelerating to turn. Okay. As you can see here, you can hear it when he stops accelerating to turn. And I have to brake early for these corners because this is a 5,500 pound car. Not much I can really do about it. Yep, you can just do that and make the handbrakes. I don't think this thing, the Z, is too good in D class. He's still gonna beat me, probably. Like, this thing is just that much worse in corners, so. It really doesn't matter. There's a Honda Beat driver is gonna probably DNF us both. That's the one thing I hate about this game, is that if you're not bringing meta, you're just not gonna do good. Like, I get meta is good, but when it comes to the meta in this game, the meta is always like a bajillion tiers above the rest of the cars. It's never like an equal kind of meta where it's like, this thing's meta, but you can still beat it if you drive good enough. Like anybody in meta in this game, anybody in meta who can remotely drive good is just going to win. Or they're gonna beat you if you're not in meta. It's the worst thing ever. Like honestly, I wouldn't be as close as I am to the Z right now if he can actually drive. He's so much lighter. On top of that, the Honda Z's a car pass car, and you know, I'm glad that they're making good car pass cars, but like this is absurd. The fact you just cannot beat it is crazy, because the non-meta in this game is just so much worse than the meta. Which has been a Forza issue for a while now. There's nothing you can do against meta, unless you're playing online, and you just so happen to get a track that your car is more meta for. That's your car. The car that you're driving is better for than the car that's typically all around meta, like the Honda Beat. Like, this would probably outdo the Honda Beat in Sada Sprint, because Sada Sprint is a very, very straight track. If we're talking about actual, like, racing, like, on average, there's just so much more curvier tracks. And then, you can't even bring a rear-wheel drive car, because rear-wheel drive just is meta nowhere in this game. The best you can do in rear-wheel drive is like maybe V or A class Toge, but on everything else, it's like, why even try? Why even build a rear-wheel drive car? Especially when all the meta cars are like these all-wheel drive Viper V10 centrifugal supercharger cars that push a bajillion horsepower with all that handling. I mean, it literally makes no sense for you to be different in this game. It makes no sense for you to drive a different car, because there's like nothing for you to drive that will be better than the meta. And because the meta is meta, a bunch of people are going to be driving the meta, because a lot of people on here race to win and not to have fun. And you'll see that when you play against people who typically drive meta. Or people who when you play against people who drive meta, they typically are terrible drivers, and they're very dirty, because they just want to win. They don't like to experiment or anything. Like, I'm not saying you have to be the best driver. I'm not even saying you have to be like a super duper good driver. You just have to be a respectful driver, and do proper racing etiquette. I wanted to do another championship, but as you see, no one's doing this. And so, I'll eventually see you when we find another one. Alright, I'm back, and we finally got one. I was sitting here waiting for like over 5 minutes just so I can get a championship. Oh, finally. Why does nobody play this? That's what sucks about this. Nobody runs B or C class anything. People barely even run dirt racing. It's so like annoying. It's tragic. It's so odd. But yeah, it is what it is. It's gonna be like one or two other people, I'm telling you. Like, this is all. That's all it's gonna be. And is it stock? I think it might be a stock MX5 Cup. So this is even gonna be like a good representation of this car's performance, because literally just one other person in this race, and they're in the stock MX5 Cup, and then the other people who raced against were in meta cars. Like, trust me, this is not a shabby tune. I was doing good. Like I like when it comes to being fast, this thing's fast. Like, out of all the non-meta cars, this is actually one of the fastest. At least the tune I have for it. Literally, the only people that could beat me or beat the X5 were people driving meta. Oh shoot, too busy looking at him, but it doesn't even matter. He's just that far behind. And you know, it's like, this is kind of what I've been looking around B class for, because the meta is so stupid. It's like, and that's what happened. This is how I normally tune my cars. So if you're wondering why other cars I review are good, I might review some terrible cars every once in a while. But if you're wondering why have the cars you've been reviewing at least like respectable, it's because, you know, it's so mentally draining when it's so mentally draining and a little depressive when you sit there and you tune up these cars. You find a car that you think would be good, only for it to be beaten out and to get placed like second to last place because everyone else is driving meta. No one in this game drives their own cars. It's everyone's just like meta, like a bunch of damn seagulls. As you can see here, this thing is not that bad of a car. I know I've been saying that a bunch, but you just have to believe me. I was actually racing earlier in my first attempt recording this, and I was doing pretty good. I had more than one or two other people with me per lobby. We were running 6-7 player lobbies, 5-player lobbies, and I was keeping up with the people up front. But I can't do that. Like, not that I can't do that, but I just can't do this. I just can't do B class racing when nobody's around to do B class racing. It's so boring. Like, no shade to this guy right here, and by however means managed to see this, no shade to you, looked Cash 8931, but you're just not the level of racing I want to be against. I want to be against people, not only meta cars, but also people who aren't in meta cars, who are in their own tuned cars, you know, beefing and fighting with me, not necessarily like actually playing dirty, but, you know, fighting with me for maybe not top of the pack, but like a high mid pack position, you know, like third, fourth, or fifth position. But I can't do that. I can't get that when one, everyone's running meta, and two, I'm only getting one other person to race with me. I just can't do that. This is practically just rivals. Anyways, I'm running this again with the same MX5 from last race. MX5 not only does it have terrible launch, but it's just not that good, at least from what I know for B class. I don't see anybody actually running it in B class, because it starts high B class, and then like, what are you supposed to do when your car starts high B class? Yeah. I'm sorry for the little rant I did, but I want to do more videos on different cars, different classes, but I can't do that when nobody ever races them, when nobody ever plays these other classes. Oh, lag. Whoops, lag. But yeah, I can't do it when no one's running B class, no one's running C class in the thing, no one's running dirt races. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember exactly, but even in my Montero video, I don't think I was getting that much people racing with me in A class. I mean, sure, it was a lot more. Actually, I think I was getting a fair amount, like 5 or 6 people per race. That's it. I would definitely take that over these, you know, places where there's only 3 players in the entire championship. These races, sorry, not places, but you know what I mean. These races where there's only 3 people in the entire championship. You really rarely come across something more than 3 or 4 players in B class, at least for B class road. Oh, so, whoops. Okay, I'm all over the place, but my point still stands. He's not gonna finish this race. He's just a low-level driver overall in a very slow car. Sorry for my terrible driving. I just wish we'd get more of this game. I wish Forza players would be a little bit different. But yeah, I'll see y'all next race. As always, you know how this goes by now. Anyways, yep, here's next race. It's the same person. I'm not gonna find anyone different. Honestly, this is the last race I'm gonna do, because there's no point in ranting about the same thing, having the same issue. Like, sure, it's nice when you want to race against your, like, maybe just you and your friend or another person, or you and your friends. When you're actually just trying, but like, nobody really races for that, or as people would race through the race events. People here are actually, like, if you're doing races like this, you want to compete against a bunch of other people and a bunch of other cars and a bunch of other teams. As usual, I'm messing up braking lines and stuff. But it doesn't matter, because each lap I gain like a third of the track on this guy. Because he's just new and inexperienced. Nothing much. I think this is definitely like his first ever Forza game. This is the first ever Forza game for a lot of people. I've even seen a bunch of, big YouTubers playing this. Not like a bunch. But I'm pretty sure there's a few that are playing this just because, it's Forza's the next big thing. Not next big thing. It's the current big thing in the racing world. And Forza itself is like the biggest racing franchise. So YouTubers are just gonna play it. But yeah, that's about it. Races went as expected. I kept ahead of this guy, and I stayed ahead of him, and I beat him by quite a long while. Oh, he actually finished a race. That's cool. I'm proud of him. Good job, Look to Cash 8931. But yeah, BMW X5. It's a pretty nice car. Wish I could show more of it, but it's just not enough people for me to actually showcase the car's proper skill against